Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Hub, where we continually track the evolving currents of the global financial world to deliver the most essential updates on the currencies you follow closely. Today we are examining a development that many analysts are calling a possible turning point for the international monetary landscape, particularly surrounding the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. What we are addressing is a report that surfaced after a series of major televised broadcasts and official public statements that appear to confirm a significant strategic shift. This is not a round of gossip or unverified online chatter, but rather an evaluation of confirmed information openly presented before nationwide audiences. The conversations aired in recent hours have stirred notable reaction in financial circles, indicating that the long-anticipated modernization of these emerging currencies is transitioning from concept to execution. The importance of this moment became clear earlier today when leading Iraqi news channels aired an in-depth segment outlining the central bank's immediate blueprint for a brand new exchange rate structure. During this live broadcast, the anchor and several financial specialists openly discussed the government's concrete intentions for a major monetary transition. What set this broadcast apart was the unusually direct terminology used on air. The phrase "new exchange rate framework" was repeated frequently and unapologetically, an uncommon level of candor in a region where monetary strategy is typically veiled in secrecy. When language this precise is spoken on national television, it typically signals to citizens and markets that the government is preparing the public for an actual adjustment rather than engaging in speculative economic talk. For millions following the ongoing trajectories of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, this broadcast marks a historic moment of transparency. And what the near future may look like according to the experts involved. The storyline now unfolding points to the possibility that we are standing at the edge of what some commentators have labeled a financial shockwave expected to hit during the 2025 fiscal period. The frankness displayed in these conversations reflects a level of government confidence that has been absent in previous years, suggesting that the necessary groundwork for a revaluation may finally be aligning. In the earlier segments of this consequential broadcast, the anchor held an in-depth discussion with a well-known economic advisor whose statements have since drawn attention worldwide. The advisor asserted directly that Iraq's currency is positioned to mirror the nation's authentic economic standing as it steps fully into a new digital financial era. This remark is deeply significant because it functions as an on-record confirmation that changes are in progress within the highest tiers of national decision-making. For years, followers of these currencies were forced to rely on fragmented reports, private conversations, and subtle policy hints. Yet today's events signify a clear departure from that pattern of uncertainty. As the government essentially made its intentions explicit on a public platform, this heightened level of openness is highly unusual in the delicate arena of global finance, especially when dealing with currencies historically held below fair value due to political, economic, and historical complexities. These efforts have included rebuilding the banking sector, modernizing systems used to monitor oil revenues, and establishing a resilient digital financial network. Each of these components is designed to support a potential revaluation by ensuring that the economy can sustain a new exchange rate without falling into inflationary instability or operational disorder. In a sweeping development that hints at coordinated planning, Vietnamese officials issued their own public statements only hours after Iraq's news broke. Vietnam's finance minister indicated that the country is taking targeted steps to ensure the Vietnamese Dong properly reflects its rapid regional economic expansion. When two separate nations issue major policy-related announcements within such a tight window, experts seldom view it as coincidence. Instead, this alignment is seen as evidence of a broader, possibly regionally linked strategy that affects both currencies. It indicates large-scale global financial implications, implying that both countries may be advancing along a shared strategic financial path aimed at elevating their position within international markets. To understand the gravity of this, we must consider the broader context. For decades, both the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong have been regarded as undervalued assets held low due to previous instability, sanctions, and historic constraints. Yet, beyond public view, each nation has quietly implemented enormous policy reforms and infrastructure modernization to prepare their currencies for eventual strengthening. Iraq's banking network has undergone major upgrades to integrate global digital financial systems, moving away from its historically cash-driven foundation. Meanwhile, Vietnam has evolved into a manufacturing powerhouse with extensive trade partnerships across continents, making a stronger, more accurate currency increasingly essential. Both nations have reached a stage where they can reveal the true market value of their currencies without jeopardizing domestic stability or foreign relations. When official statements like the ones delivered today surface, they typically serve as deliberate signals of upcoming policy action, often occurring within weeks or months. For market watchers, this marks a pivotal turning point. The foundational pieces are now in place, and government confirmation means action is likely near rather than distant. The shift from planning to implementation appears to be actively underway, backed by confidence that the technical prerequisites have been fulfilled. The Central Bank of Iraq has been progressing methodically toward a comprehensive digital financial framework, and today's broadcast confirmed this trajectory. Analysts discussed how the bank is preparing to launch an integrated digital system connecting all government accounts, banking institutions, and payroll systems into one unified network. Such a digital ecosystem is vital to ensure that any new exchange rate is executed accurately and monitored continually. Before a currency can undergo international revaluation, authorities must confirm that every node is accounted for and fully convertible without disruption, something this digital infrastructure is built to manage. Furthermore, the featured expert pointed to a key detail regarding the fiscal timeline. Iraq's 2026 budget is reportedly being designed around projections that assume new exchange rate values. This is crucial because national budgets reflect concrete figures, not speculation. Vietnam, in parallel, has been following a nearly identical trajectory, reinforcing the belief of coordinated action. The timing is extraordinary. Within mere hours of Iraq's major announcement, Vietnam publicly endorsed similar policy intentions, mirroring the pattern often seen when nations operate within shared financial strategies. For those watching the Vietnamese Dong, this is far from routine financial news. For Vietnam, this marks a long-awaited transition toward a stronger currency consistent with its status as a leading Asian economic hub. Global financial institutions are monitoring these developments intensely, which further validates the seriousness of the situation. Large international banks, including top-tier global institutions, have reportedly been modifying their internal systems for months in preparation for high-volume exchanges involving these currencies. Reports indicate staff training, software updates, and revised operational protocols designed to accommodate rapid rate fluctuations once new values are launched. This preparation is deliberate. It shows that financial institutions anticipate a major event that could influence billions in currency transactions. Insider accounts from multiple banking locations suggest that designated teams have been instructed to be ready for substantial exchanges, potentially beginning as early as November. This aligns closely with the timeframes mentioned in the public broadcasts from both Iraq and Vietnam.